Welcome back to the Run Home. We are live from the Toolkit Depot studios here at Optus Stadium. Marta, let's talk some real estate because Paul Devine is in the studio from Bailey Devine Realty. Paul, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
Are you a listener normally to the Run Home?
Not normally, but I will from today.
Oh, we like that. You must have loved the show today.
I've used all my best material over the last 2.5 years. I've got nothing left, but we're glad that we've got you on board from here on out.
Hey, mate, talk us through your sporting prowess and which team do you support?
Well, I'm a fanatical Geelong man, and certainly trying to get my son, who's in the studio here now, to support Geelong, but he's a Richmond man. But look, I wouldn't say prowess, but growing up, I was definitely into my tennis and footy, and more so tennis. I played I was always and not to act like I was anything special, because I wasn't, but always in the top 4 for my age group. Played in the nationals and interstate tournaments. And then as I was getting a little bit older, and I was still, when I say older, in my teens, I'd always played footy, but I just started leaning, towards football, loving the team aspect. And then in 95, played state schoolboys. So that was a pretty good achievement. Tyson Stenglein was our captain, who went on to be a bit of a legend, and Josh Carr was prominent. And then from there, when I was 17, I was the captain of Perth Colts, shattered my fibula. I remember a big dude from Claremont at Lath Lane Oval cleaned me up. So that kept me out for a couple of years. And then I had a lot of friends down at the Maddington Football Club, where I spent the next 12, 13 years, became a life member. Played in 4 premierships. It was great in 2003 when we beat our arch nemesis Thornley, and we hadn't won since Dennis Cometti won a 3-peat in the late 70s for the Bulls. So good times. Coached the Colts on the committee for 10 years, and it was a great time in my life. And in more recent years, under the direction of Warren Bank, I think you played with him.
Banksy. Instrumental days, 13s, 14s, 15s, 16s, Colts.
He tells us how many Sandover votes he's received every night.
He's a good player, Banksy.
He wasn't too bad, but he had a vision to start a Masters football club in Harrisdale and Piara Waters. So I was a part of the founding board and on the committee for 4 years and running the sponsorship portfolio. And that's been amazing for the community. Now we've got 2 male teams, 1 female teams. A huge amount of support and a number of sponsors, and that's what I'm passionate about. I spent most of my time at Maddington as a sponsorship coordinator, so really understand the importance of raising funds for community groups, which is so important for people to have an outlet, whether it's physical, if it's a book club, as long as people can get together, they have resources and they can lean on each other and support each other. The physical and mental health benefits are amazing, and I always say to people, I'm not that great at real estate. I just know a lot of people. So that helps.
Just going back to your tennis days, do you have a claim to fame that you came up against? Maybe a young Leighton Hewitt that you might have played against?
I lost in the doubles to him in the nationals back in when I was 14. So he was pretty special then too. He was, from memory, still ranked number 1, and then obviously went on and had the career that he did. So
what Paul's leaving out is it was only Leighton versus 2 of them.
Yeah, so that's right.
And still lost. With your stuff with Maddington, did you ever come across Darren Brearley? Have you crossed paths with him? Darren's one of our listeners. I know he does a bit of coaching down there. Okay. So I was trying to tie everyone together, but maybe not. Darren, you need to do some more
juniors,
work.
Maybe.
Yeah, more juniors. But I'm looking at the 2 of you, father and son. Geelong and Richmond, yet you live out west. Why isn't it Eagles or Dockers? And how'd you end up coming to decide these are your teams? I get asked
that question a bit. So it was 1989. I was a mad Perth supporter. I didn't mind Melbourne. I'm pretty sure Earl Sporting was running around there. I watched the game. Gary Ablett Sr. kicked 9, and I just fell in love with him. He became my hero, and I supported them for the rest of my life. And I remember when he was born in the hospital, I'm walking him around while his mum's resting, singing "We Are Geelong," just trying to brainwash him. But his mum's more Richmond, so he's leaning that way, which is okay. But I'm trying to get him to play, but he won't. His response is, "I don't want a hip replacement." So,
hang on. I'm heading towards one of those. But he's seen 3 premierships in his lifetime, mate. I'm still waiting for one at the Fremantle Dockers. You've got 6, so you've been a bit spoiled.
He's got 3 flags, and you got the hip replacement. I think you drew the short straw there. Community and sport. Before we even dive into real estate, have you just seen the strength and the power of how the 2 go hand in hand?
Yeah, absolutely. it's just, and I've probably touched on it before, it's so important for people to have an outlet. I mean, life is busy, it's tough, the financial pressures, family, and it's just great to sort of escape that reality to another reality, on a Wednesday night at training where you can run around together. We train with the men and the women. You go in, have a beer or a softie, and you're just having fun and talking about life, and it leads to other opportunity, whether it's work, and that's really helped me a lot, or someone to lean on in a tough time. I've had my troubles, and I've had so much support from the football club. So it's just so important for business, if they can, to support any type of club. I feel as a business owner, you have that responsibility to help these clubs in the community, because without funds, they don't survive, and it's as simple as that.
Can Geelong get it done?
We probably need a fit Cam Guthrie and maybe a Treloar or something like that thrown in, but I think we're lacking just a little bit in the midfield, but it's that sort of year where anyone could win, but it certainly won't be the West Coast Eagles, and that brings joy to my heart.
It won't be the West Coast Eagles, we know that. Hey, what about the property market? What can you tell us going forward?
Yeah, look, it's crazy at the moment. I chatted to you boys before about a home that my mate and I, Paul Wisby, just sold. We had sort of over 100 people at the home open, over 40 offers, and sold 150 above the asking, and that's pretty common in the real estate space, and it's a reflection of just a gross undersupply of property. So we're looking at about 3,000 properties for sale, including houses, units and land. A normal market sort of 10, 11,000 properties. So this gross undersupply, this strong migration factor, this affordability, obviously interstate activity is obviously driving prices. So it's fantastic for your sellers and your landlords, but really tough for buyers and tenants. And even from the rental space, you've got a vacancy rate at 0.9. A normal sort of rate is 3%. So, gross undersupply, building is a long way off where it needs to be, coupled with the population growth. So it's tough for the buyers and the tenants, and I don't see any light at the end of the tunnel too soon. I don't have a crystal ball. At the moment it's certainly favouring our sellers and our landlords.
What about Bailey Devine? If people want to find you, where are you, and what's the target area that you like to focus on?
Yeah, well, our office is in Piara Waters. I've been in real estate nearly 20 years. I've just listed a property in Pearsall, and that will be my first sale ever in Pearsall. My point.
Yeah. You keep it out of my area, mate. That's up near me.
Sorry. So I often say, and I don't mean this, the local agent is a thing of the past. I don't mean it. I just mean selling is selling. So we have access to the data. It's not really difficult to find an area where a property might sit. It's more about what's the difference between an agent's process, and we're all about slowing the sale, giving more buyers an opportunity to get through, to negotiate, to ensure we're not leaving any money on the table. I see a lot of sort of posts that we're under offer in 24 hours. I just wonder maybe how an agent can handle all that traction and ensure that best outcome has occurred in that short period of time. But ultimately, it's the seller's decision what offer they want to accept. But yeah, that's sort of our process. So we're located in Piara Waters. So that's sort of the southeastern corridor is our core sort of demographic. I grew up in Huntingdale. My dad was a local principal. My mum was a local teacher. I'm a life member of the Maddington Footy Club. So our network's certainly through there, but we do get opportunities, as far as Junior Lup. I just sold one in Safety Bay. So your network sort of takes you everywhere, and selling is selling. It's about the process and the difference maybe between the agents you're considering.
Thanks for coming in. Good luck for the finals.
I appreciate it. Go Cats.
Zabe, good luck for the wooden spoon.
Oh, no comment from the youngster.